Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into something really quite wild. It starts almost mundanely. A crash landing. Southern Sweden, summer of '99.
Right, but it's anything but mundane. You've got this advanced time and space vessel, the TARDIS, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't just land, it crashes hard.
Yeah, ends up as just this featureless gray cube. Totally inert. And the sources are clear. The Doctor isn't just stranded with his friend Fitz Kreiner. He's off.
Definitely off, dealing with some kind of major loss, making bad calls right from the start. It really sets a grim tone.
So that's our starting point. This deep dive, we're aiming to sort of piece together what the sources call the Strangeness incident.
Exactly. Because it wasn't just a ship breaking down. It was a dimensional rift opening up near this small Swedish town.
A localized tear in reality.
Yeah, and it pulls in secret government ops, people disappear, and it reveals this truly terrifying idea.
Right.
One universe basically consuming another. We need to follow this thread, from the crash site into these hidden bunkers.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning then. The catastrophe itself. The TARDIS gets hit by, what was it described as? A dimensional whirlpool?
Something like that. A huge spatial pressure event. It tears the ship apart, essentially. And the Doctor loses his companion, Sam Jones, just gone into this vortex.
And he and Fitz are left behind.
Yeah.
Stranded. The sources mention the oppressive humidity, that July heat.
Yeah, and the Doctor, even in that state, he figures out exactly where and when they are. Late 20th century Earth, July 31st, 1999.
How? Just by breathing the air?
Pretty much. He analyzes the pollutant levels, reads the planetary characteristics. It's Earth, all right. But suddenly, it's become incredibly dangerous.
And the danger isn't just potential, it's immediate. There's Kirsten Birdman.
Ah, yes. Her story is harrowing. Her holiday cabin is just sliced, like perfectly sliced away by a sphere of nothingness.
Leaves a 6-meter crater, but no debris.
Zero debris. As if that entire chunk of reality just winked out of existence. And her fiancé, Johan Svensson, was inside. Vanished.
That lack of wreckage, that's the first big clue, isn't it?
Yeah.
That this isn't a normal explosion.
Absolutely. It points straight to something dimensional. And then comes the biological evidence.
Alien life.
Right away. Fitz and the Doctor find this weird insect, radiating wings, totally alien to Earth. It confirms the barrier between dimensions is leaking. Life is coming through.
And it gets worse. Fitz finds something else later.
He does, this thing. An hourglass-shaped, 6-legged orange creature, razor-sharp limbs, leaking this pungent, sickly sweet fluid, identified later as a ruin.
A ruin. Okay, so hostile life is confirmed. This is an invasion, essentially.
A biological invasion through a dimensional wound. And that's when the official response, or rather the unofficial response, kicks in.
Kirsten talks to the local police, Inspector Nordenstam, and he mentions others missing.
Yeah, 6 people vanished within a 5-mile radius. Regular disappearances suddenly look very different. And then they show up.
The guys in the white suits.
The State Biohazard Protection Unit, white suits, flamethrowers. They seize the ruined corpse Fitz found, start suppressing evidence.
And they operate completely outside police jurisdiction.
Totally. Which tells you this is already being handled at a much higher, much more secretive level. Probably military or something connected.
Which the Doctor and Fitz use to their advantage, right? They try to bluff their way in.
They do. They walk into the Strängnäs police station claiming to be from UNIT, United Nations Intelligence Task Force.
Bold move. Does Inspector Nordenstam buy it? He sounds like a pretty grounded guy.
He's skeptical, hugely skeptical. He trusts evidence, and even though he's got photos of reality being literally sliced apart, UNIT showing up seems unlikely.
So how did they manage?
Well, they played on the chaos, the secrecy, but honestly, the real action wasn't with the local police anyway. It was happening underground.
Right. Let's dive into that. The source of the whole mess, a former Swedish nuclear shelter.
Exactly. Turned into a black site run by the scientist, Professor Jennifer Nagel, and she works for an organization called C19.
C19. Okay, let's pause on that. Who are they? Why are they funding a secret lab in Sweden?
C19 is. Well, think of them as the shadowy group holding the purse strings for organizations like UNIT. They fund high-risk, high-reward tech research, often military-focused, definitely operating outside the usual channels.
Driven by technological dominance, basically.
You got it. And Nagel's project was their crown jewel, potentially, the TC warp generator, designed to create wormholes, instant travel through space and time.
Human ambition biting off more than it could chew, sounds like.
Massively. The Doctor gets a look at her setup or the effects of it and figures it out pretty quick. She didn't make a clean tunnel.
No. What did she make?
An Ouroboros anomaly. The snake eating its tail. It means the rift was unstable, chaotic, feeding back on itself.
So instead of point A to point B.
He was throwing out random branches like tentacles in space-time, uncontrolled, and the Doctor realizes, horrified, that one of these random branches didn't just hit Sweden, it invaded the TARDIS.
Invaded the TARDIS. That's what caused the crash.
That's what ripped it apart, forced the emergency materialization, threw Sam into the vortex. It wasn't just bad luck. Nagel's experiment directly attacked them.
Wow. Okay. That changes everything. And this connects back to Johan Svensson, Kirsten's fiancé. He reappeared.
He did, naked, in shock, taken to a hospital nearby, Eskilstuna, but the Doctor investigates and discovers the truly horrific purpose of those ruined creatures.
Oh no, what did they do?
They laid eggs inside him, in his gut. He started sweating this pink, blood-flecked fluid.
He was incubating them.
Exactly. And then they burst out. These orange, starfish-like juvenile ruin. It's pure body horror.
Ugh. And C-19 was involved.
Immediately, Nagel's operative, a Dr. Lingard, shows up to collect the body and the live specimens for observation.
So they weren't trying to help him. They saw it as research material.
Absolutely. It confirms C-19's priority was the alien tech, the bioweapon potential, not the human cost.
Unbelievable. Okay, while all this horror is happening on Earth, what about Sam Jones? She survived the vortex.
She did. She finds herself thrown into a completely different reality, the Dominion.
The Dominion. What's that like?
It's a pocket universe. Totally alien physics. Low gravity, the sources say, up and down are entirely subjective. Imagine landscapes of black, porous rock under swirling skies of pink or golden liquid light. Disorienting, but kind of beautiful in a terrifying way.
And there are beings there.
Yes, the Teali. They're described as frog-like, telepathic, green-skinned. They have a warrior class, too, the Dvorha. Sam meets one, Itharquel, a cataloger.
And what does Itharquel tell her?
He explains the situation is dire. The entire Dominion is being consumed by something they call the Blight.
The Blight? Sounds ominous. What is it? Some kind of creature? Energy field?
The Teali think it's like a dark god, maybe. But the Doctor, looking at it from our side, comes up with a colder, more scientific, and frankly, more terrifying explanation.
Which is?
The Dominion isn't just another place, it's a pocket universe. Smaller, less stable than our own. And the Blight. The Blight is us.
Us.
Or rather, our universe. It's expanding. And as it expands, it draws energy from adjacent smaller realities like the Dominion. The Blight is the physical manifestation of our universe literally feeding on theirs.
Through what? Black holes?
Black holes, yes. And these other things mentioned in the sources, charged vacuum emboitments, CVEs, think of them as localized pressure points, weak spots in the dimensional barriers where energy just gets siphoned off.
So like cosmic drains, pulling the life out of the Dominion.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Our universe's expansion is their apocalypse. And the Teali, not understanding this, are committing mass suicide, thinking sacrifice will appease this dark god.
That's incredibly bleak. Our existence is destroying theirs without us even knowing.
Precisely. And back on Earth, the humans involved are making everything worse.
Yeah.
Major Wollstonecraft arrives, he's C-19's head of security.
And he doesn't like the Doctor or aliens or this whole situation.
Hates it. He's rigid, military-minded, wants the TC warp generator shut down, destroyed, wants all the evidence, including the ruined specimens, incinerated.
Yeah.
Containment and denial.
So you've got him clashing with Professor Nagel.
Violently. He sees an unacceptable risk. She sees the scientific discovery of a lifetime, even amidst the chaos. She's desperate to understand the anomaly, maybe even control it.
That conflict, it must just escalate the whole crisis.
Exponentially. They're fighting each other while dimensional tiers are opening and alien creatures are trying to establish a beachhead. Human politics making a cosmic disaster worse.
So how does it resolve? Or does it? The situation sounds almost impossible.
The turning point comes, strangely enough, from Kirsten. She goes back to the crash site, finds that inert gray TARDIS cube.
And interacts with it.
Yeah, maybe out of grief, maybe curiosity. She touches the console or tries to communicate with it, and suddenly the TARDIS snaps back to its normal, recognizable form. It's functional again.
Just like that, her interaction fixed it.
It seems so. Maybe some kind of empathetic link, or maybe it just needed that external input. Whatever it was, it gives the Doctor his chance. He has a working TARDIS, but the rift Nagel created is still dangerously unstable.
He has to close it.
Manually, he realizes the only way is to fly the TARDIS into the wormhole, into the anomaly itself, and use its systems to somehow stitch the tear in reality closed.
While Nagel and Wollstonecraft are still fighting.
Right. Wollstonecraft has a gun on Nagel, demanding she shut the generator down for good. But Nagel, obsessed, fires it up again, trying to get one last reading, one final data point.
Oh, that's asking for trouble.
And trouble is what she gets. It causes a massive final surge. Ruined creatures pour through the connection point, the node, into the bunker. Total chaos.
What about Fitz and Kirsten?
They're caught in the bunker attack. Their only escape route is into the dimensional node Nagel just reactivated. They jump through.
Into the Dominion.
Yeah, hoping to find Sam and maybe survive the collapse. It's a desperate gamble.
Meanwhile, the Doctor's piloting the TARDIS into this mess.
And somehow he does it. He manages to navigate the TARDIS through the anomaly and seals the rift. He saves Earth.
But the cost?
Immediate and devastating. Professor Nagel is caught in the implosion when the generator finally tears itself apart, presumed killed.
And the ruin on Earth.
They die off quickly. Our gravity is too high for them, just as the Doctor suspected. But not before massacring a lot of the unit troops Wollstonecraft brought in for containment. A bloodbath.
And the Dominion. Sealing the rift seals his fate, right?
Completely. It's cut off, doomed to be consumed by our universe's expansion. The Doctor has to break this news to Fitz and Sam when they reunite in the TARDIS.
He couldn't have saved it.
He says no. Its destruction was inevitable, written into the laws of physics governing their two universes. A cosmological necessity, almost.
And he couldn't save Johann Svensson either, Kirsten's fiancé.
Also no, he mentions the laws of time. Johann's death, horrific as it was part of the established sequence of events. Changing it was impossible or forbidden. It shows the Doctor's limitations, the hard choices he has to make.
So not everyone gets a happy ending. What about the Teely?
He manages to save them, or at least a remnant. He finds the survivors, including their queen and a Tharquel, and creates a special low-gravity environment for them within the TARDIS. He preserves the species, if not their world.
In Kirsten. Does she get to go with them? Start a new life?
She wants to. She's lost everything, seen impossible things. She asks to join the Doctor.
But he refuses.
He does, leaves her behind in stringness. Changed forever by her experience, but ultimately grounded back in her own reality. It's a really poignant, kind of brutal ending for her adventure.
Yeah, it really is. So, wrapping this deep dive up, the key takeaway seems to be about human fallibility, doesn't it? Nagel's research, her ambition.
Absolutely. Unchecked scientific curiosity, maybe even hubris, accidentally triggers this cascade of disasters. It leads to the collapse of a whole universe and nearly destroys Earth. The threat wasn't some external alien force initially. It was self-inflicted.
And that brings us to the final thought, that connection between our universe and the Dominion.
Right. It forces you to confront this really uncomfortable idea about cosmic expansion. If our universe grows by effectively consuming others, by being the blight to smaller realities, well, it raises a heavy question for you to ponder.
Well, it's...
Does saving our world, ensuring our own survival, inherently mean condemning others? And if we accept that our very existence might be fatally destructive on a cosmic scale, how do we live with that knowledge? Can we thrive knowing we might be the universe's slow-motion catastrophe?
That is definitely something to think about, a heavy note to end on.
Yeah.
Thank you for unpacking all that with us.
Always fascinating, if disturbing, territory.
Join us next time for another deep dive.